Good evening, everyone. This is Nora Peevy, coming to you from my weird fiction headquarters. I brought a friend with me tonight. His name is Harry. He happens to be a tarantula. He's a little bit shy, so I'm just going to tuck him here. He's going to go in my jacket. He's going to hide. I don't know if he'll come out or not. We'll have to see. Probably won't, but maybe if we're lucky, he might. I don't know. I'm going to have a sip of witch's brew. So, how's everyone doing tonight? This is actually my second day of taping this. I had a puppy who made a lot of noise. I had my mom come home with groceries. And then I had something really weird happen in the middle of my video, which I don't know how it happened, but somebody posted a love poem in the middle of my video, which is really weird. I guess I got hacked. That was kind of strange and kind of creepy when I went to look and found that sitting there in the middle of my video. So I got myself a new virus protector today. That was fun. Kind of expensive. Anyways, that's not why we're here. What we're here to talk about is the latest and greatest quarterly, the last quarterly that we have for weird fiction for the entire year, which is our very, very special Halloween and Fall edition. It is a double-packed edition with 2 stories from each writer, and the entire thing happens to be illustrated. This is a beautiful, beautiful cover by Robert J. Knox. It's so gorgeous. I'm so jealous because Sarah Walker, if you're watching, Sarah Walker actually has the original painting, and she's so lucky. She is so, so lucky. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the acknowledgement page because my point is that if you're not going to read the acknowledgement page, then I don't really understand why you're going to read the book if you don't read about the acknowledgements to find out who's acknowledged and why they wrote the book. So, without further ado, acknowledgements. This book is a collective work, a collaboration of a group of writers, all working together. While we're here, let's also acknowledge fall and all of the things that follow along. Well, I guess we can just throw that one out the window because it's a little bit late in the season. All the leaves on the trees have fallen down. You can find them crumbling beneath your feet, and I'm sure we have all been enjoying the lovely snow and the wonderful Mariah Carey song that's been repeated way too many times in the stores, which we all hate, which we all love to hate, and all of the Christmas decorations, which most are really wonderful, but sometimes they're very confusing. Like, I don't really understand how there has to be Santa and the Rudolph and a bunch of elves, and then there's a snowman, and there's a bunch of candy canes, and then right next to it, there happens to be the Virgin Mary with Jesus, and they're in the manger, and there's a donkey, and there's the North Star, and there are 3 wise men, and they're just kind of all hanging out in the front yard. Not really sure how that actually works, but I guess a lot of people do. So that's kind of confusing for me, but okay. So, back to the rest of the acknowledgements. Thank you to all the writers, poets, and illustrators who joined on this journey for the past year. This book is dedicated to Sarah Walker's brother, Ed Walker. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to go read my story, which is in the back of the book, and I marked it because I'm smart so that I would be able to find it. I wouldn't look awkward here on video. I'm still looking awkward here on video just because, you know, it's me. I can't help that. You're just going to have to work with it, guys. It just doesn't change. By the way, do you like my cat ears? Mark Miller, are you watching this? I remember when you had me do cat ears specifically for your book promo, so I have some cat ears. Yeah, can you see that? They're steampunk ones. They have gears on them. So I also got this really cool coffin necklace. It's made from a recycled rosary, so I don't believe in hell since I'm a witch, so I can't go there, but I guess for people who are Catholic, they probably think that it's very blasphemous of me, but I think it's beautiful. Okay, so here we go, folks. It's story time. ASS by Nora B. Peevy. ASS. What kind of acronym is that for a support group? Acronid support system. Psst. Like I even needed a support system? If people would just be a little kinder. It was humans who were the problem. I tossed the tiny business card into the sewer grate as I crawled my way home from the therapist office, weaving in and out the constant flow of feet to avoid being squished. Here was a perfect example of how inconsiderate they were. I mean, really, how hard was it to look down where other people walk too? These indignities I suffered every day. And now it was fall, almost Halloween. I stopped to stare at a store display with a giant black spider in a web with huge glittery looming over a tiny baby. Ridiculous. This is just the sort of reason I was in therapy. I'd felt so isolated since the pandemic. I'd found myself a delightful place to spin a web and a young lady's shower. But one day when I popped my head out to introduce myself, she yelped and reached for the shampoo and tried to brain me. On I went to another house. It had a cozy shower. The apartment was owned by a bachelor. He didn't seem interested in cleaning and left the web alone. It was the perfect amount of humidity, room to grow my web, lots of bugs to eat, and I was close to a promising yard where I could possibly find a mate for myself before fall. However, that didn't happen. The bachelor found a girlfriend, and it turned out she was an obsessive cleaner. The only bright spot in this story was that she didn't believe in killing spiders. I tried reasoning with her, but the closer I got, the further away she moved. She got an old jelly jar and set me free in the backyard. Dejected and feeling unloved, I started seeing the same therapist my friend of Little Miss Muffet nursery rhyme fame saw. The therapist suggested I practice self-love. But how am I supposed to do that when it's fall? I haven't found a mate, I'm a barren spinster nobody will want now. And I'm convicted from every shower I take up residence in. I stopped to read the newspaper on the sidewalk. The weather forecast called for frost. Just great. I had to find a new place. I marched down the culvert, avoiding people's trash, having decided it was safer than playing Russian roulette with people's shoes. And there it was. If I was going to be a spinster, at least I could die in style. Oh, look, a handsome date prospect. Things were looking up. But as I was climbing the stairs, a fat marmalade cat pounced on me. And here I sit from the great beyond, telling you my story. And here's my illustration. If you can see, put closer to the canvas. There you go. This is one of the decorated Halloween houses that I took a picture of when I was living in Wauwatosa. I think I was living there around 2020. So, anyways, I hope you really enjoyed my spooky story. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.